The 2024 Championship MVP. Attack, limited game, momentum, peak at the right time. Clara.
All the time.
Well, history is being made tonight here at One Oak Field as FC Tulsa hosts Switchbacks FC in their first ever home playoff game. These two teams met last week here, but this, you fancy, will be a whole lot different. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into One Oak Field. Dave Saunders joined by former professional Anna Berglund. Anna, as I've just said in the open there, playoff football is a whole lot different, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, so much energy surrounding the games tonight, but regular season over, win or go home. So a ton of pressure, but it's all about peaking at the right time. And FC Tulsa with a ton of momentum, but some experience with the Switchbacks.
The momentum did come from last week. We want to show you these goals because it involves the top goal scorer for FC Tulsa, and that's one Taylor Carrera.
And FC Tulsa, as we mentioned, peaking at the right time, put together a great performance last week. El Medcar got things started for the home team, and Dave, they just continued to build. They played with creativity. You could tell they were playing with a ton of confidence. And when you have a player like Taylor Carrera with his ability, scoring a brace at this point in the season is exactly what you want to see. 15 goals on the season, and he'll be hungry for more this evening.
Well, as for Switchbacks FC, how about this man, Tejada?
Yeah, on the other end, Tejada, the championship MVP last season in 2024. So he knows what it takes to win. Despite how they got here, they are here, and now anything can happen in the playoffs. So going to be important for him to have a big night against this FC Tulsa defense.
I'll tell you what, Anna, I've been doing this for a few years now, and I've never known an atmosphere like this at One Oak Field. We are going to be back after the break with the kickoff, your first half call, and of course those all-important lineups. It is FC Tulsa versus Switchbacks FC.
I couldn't lay down, I couldn't stand up.
My shoulder blade and the muscles between the shoulder blades.
Bent over, couldn't stand up straight.
The pain just got progressively worse.
Turns out that I had scoliosis.
When I walked into Tulsa Spine and Rehab for the first time, I definitely felt very welcomed.
Dr. Riley, I just made an automatic connection.
He's going to take care of you and your needs and get you going.
I walked out of here and I didn't have a crick in my neck anymore.
There is truly here the desire to help people get better.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford.
And we're proud to be part of the Tulsa community and Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 16 years, providing you with unmatched sales and ownership experience. We're grateful for the trust and support you've shown us, making our continued growth and success possible. Here's to 16 years of sales leadership and many more to come.
Join us at Bill Knight Ford and BillKnightFord.com, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
Dear future Charlie, Mom said life is full of opportunities. She also said life is full of learning new things. Really, really cool new things. And when you have the right tools, there are a lot of skills to learn. If we all do the best we possibly can, you just never know whose life might change
for the better.
Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Main Events, by Ascension St. John. Ascension St. John is Tulsa's first Level 1 trauma centre, the highest designation a hospital can receive for trauma care. So no matter what, no matter when, we're ready. Visit ascensionstjohn.org/St. John. By Bill Knight Ford, who is a proud sponsor of FC Tulsa. Bill Knight Ford is Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 15 years running. Stop by today and get your hands on your new Ford today. Bill Knight, home of the Knight Advantage. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. History being made, as I said there in the open. Dave Saunders joined by former professional Anna Bergel. And Anna, as we look at the home 11, let's have a look at how FC Tulsa line up, and pretty much it's as you were from last week.
Absolutely. Obviously had success last week. Want to keep that momentum going. Look for Carrera, number 9, up top with support from El Medcar and Delu. Peñaranda has had an outstanding season in goal, so the back line will have to be solid tonight as well.
As for the visitors, Switchbacks FC, one change. They bring in the experience of Kyle Vassell, wearing 93 up front in their only change to their 11.
Switchbacks obviously in a tough environment, able to get into the playoffs, but now all bets are off. These players have experience. They won it all last season, so a quality 11 to get the job done here against FC Tulsa.
Sadly, a few injuries to report from FC Tulsa. Diallo, Goldthorpe, Sissoko and Serato, 4 experienced players out. None, as far as we know, in the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC team. Anna Bergel, how are you feeling about this one? It's as we've said, it's a different ball game, but it is a packed One Oak field. And you and I have said we have not seen an atmosphere like this.
No, it's hard not to be excited. I mean, especially when you have a team like FC Tulsa that has had an outstanding season. The fans have been loyal all season. Great showing last weekend against the Switchbacks, but as you mentioned, Dave, this is going to be a different game. Playoffs are a different ball game now, win or go home, and the Switchbacks team, they have experience, they know what it takes to go all the way, but FC Tulsa with the home field advantage and these fans definitely trying to make an impact here in numbers.
We are just about ready, and it is Switchbacks FC who get us underway, playing from left to right. As you look on your screens, in their light blue shirts, white shorts and white socks, up against FC Tulsa, the home side, playing from right to left in their all black and gold strips tonight. Early ball forward. El Medcar with the first attack, slips the ball in here. There's a shot! Oh, it's just wide! Souza came up from the back. That would have been an incredible start. Souza just wide of the target.
Electric start here from FC Tulsa. It's exactly what you want to see. El Medcar combining well. Sousa coming up out of the back. That'll be an option, kind of that release pass, overlapping run for FC Tulsa. He's been a great addition to this team so far.
Well, the calmest man in the house was Christian Herrera, that man in all orange, who watched it go past the post. And he will take the goal kick in this game, which, as Anna's already said, the winners go through and the losers finish their season. There's a strong tackle in there from Delence-Pierre, and the referee will say that he will call the first foul. The referee tonight is Matthew Corrigan. As you take a look at Johan Peñaranda, Matthew Corrigan is assisted by Bennett Savage and Zeno Cho, and the fourth official tonight is Benjamin Mayer. Those fans have not seen a home playoff game in the history of any franchise. You have to go back 42 years to the old Tulsa Roughnecks for the last time there's a home playoff game. Ticket sales have been fantastic all week. And the atmosphere is something to behold here in downtown Tulsa. Human with the free kick, everybody back on that 18-yard line for FC Tulsa. Human's left-footed ball into the area, it's headed into the box, headed away, and then there's Akeem Ward with a snap shot. Still Switchbacks FC coming forward, and there was an offside, says the assistant. Let's have a look at the keys to the game.
Starting well, important for FC Tulsa, and they did that early on with the opportunity there. You get a look at Sousa on that last play. He opened things up with the shot that went wide, but wanting to finish chances, make sure that they're productive in front of goal, and then the Switchbacks have the ability to be dangerous on the counter, so they want to make sure they stay organized and not allow those chances to happen. And so far this season, Dave, I mean, we've seen them be pretty consistent in how they start the game. They come out with energy, but definitely wanting to do the same here.
Here's Ian, the latest signing of Brazilian. Out to Lucas Storfer, Mr. Reliable in the FC Tulsa side. Calera, the top goal scorer, just couldn't get the first touch on that one. It's picked up by the goalkeeper, Christian Herrera, who last week was beaten 3 times, but had a pretty decent game out of Bergel, and but for him, it could have been an embarrassing scoreline.
No, he really came up in some big moments, especially there were a few opportunities 1v1 where odds were against him and he made some outstanding saves, so he's going to have to be at his best tonight again as well. But it starts from the back. If he's playing with confidence, get some early saves, it really instills just that confidence and foundation of your back line going forward.
Sousa goes long. And the foul from Alex DeLu. So I've got a story to tell you about these two coaches, Anna Bergel. Back in 2017, FC Tulsa's coach Luke Spencer was playing up front for Louisville City as a player, and in the midfield that day for Bethlehem Steel in that playoff game in 2017 was James Chambers. There they are, Chambers on the right, Luke Spencer on the left. Those two played against each other. Luke Spencer that day came out with a 4-0 win for his side. He scored a pretty nice goal and an assist. James Chambers was doing the hard work in the midfield for Bethlehem Steel. I spoke to Luke Spencer early on in the week, and he said that they knew each other pretty well, and also acknowledged that this would be a totally different game than the one that they experienced last week. And don't want to harp on about it, but the regular season is over. This Switchbacks FC team know what it's like to be in the playoffs. FC Tulsa don't know quite what it's like to be in the playoffs. There's a free kick, Mr. Corrigan in the thick of the action. So I'll say again, this is a totally different game from last week.
Right. A few factors come into that. I mean, we talked about needing momentum at the right time, wanting to peak at the right time. But you're right. On the other end, the Switchbacks have the experience, and they know what it takes to get there. And you can draw from that experience. It's a clean slate after regular season. All bets are off. So this is just a great opportunity, really, for both teams. And for the Switchbacks kind of sneaking in last minute into the playoffs to really change the narrative of their season.
There's a player down in the area there. It's been inadvertently trodden on. I'm not sure who it is down there as we wait for this free kick to come in. Huerman, the Frenchman, waits to take it out of shot. Mr. Corrigan, an experienced referee, will just calm things down a little bit. I believe that's Brennan Creek there, the 25-year-old. Chatting with Lucas Storfer. We're just about ready. The free kick is just outside the 18-yard area to the left. Now Tejada is going to be taking this one. Tejada is played for his country, Panama, at under 17, under 20 and under 23 level. Just wondering whether he might go for goal. It is quite a narrow angle. Or does he put it right into the mix there? Referee is now happy. Long delay. 8th minute. Playoff football at One Oak Field. Tejada then drives it low into the box, and it's away. And it will be our first Katrina Freshmex corner. And FC Tulsa defended that pretty well, Anna.
Yeah, especially from their perspective. Want to be solid early on to make sure they have that foundation, but needing to mark up and defend properly here.
Tejada into the near post again, and this time it will be a goal kick. Well, Guerra Signs are industry leaders in visa processing for professional athletes. They work hard off the field for the players to succeed on it. Reach out today for your organization's consultation. Johan Peñaranda there. Second season with FC Tulsa. Had 2 seasons with Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Very popular in these parts with the fans. El Medcar goes back to Souza. Souza plays it, route 1. Headed away. Delence Pierre, the former Switchbacks FC man in the central midfield, does well there. Deleu, Coley, scrambled clearance. Now Storfer will calm things down for the home side. Just played that one out. FC Tulsa with the front three of Khalil El Medcar, Taylor Carrera and Alex Deleu, with Jamie Webber, the South African, tucked in behind. Then Delence Pierre and Giordano Coley, the 2 number 6s, and then the back 4 behind them. Now the ball's come out here nicely to Akeem Ward, who's got plenty of space. No one ahead of him just at the moment. Goes back in field. Metusala out to Lacroix. Work it down the left-hand side. They've still got the ball here, but now it's been cut out well. Here's El Medcar trying to go around the defender. El Medcar again. Was he onside? Yes, says the assistant. El Medcar. Carrera waits in the box. El Medcar on to his right foot. Brings it back to Coley. Shooting chance. Blocked well by Metusala. And Delence Pierre and Storfer win it back for FC Tulsa. Now Deleu. And that is a throw-in. And Deleu is a handful. Coley was well blocked by the defender.
Yeah, the Switchbacks did well there to compact quickly and recover and make that a tight space. Coley right at the top of the 18 with a great opportunity. And FC Tulsa able to sneak in behind. But again, the Switchbacks have stayed solid here early from a defensive perspective to try to slow things down for this FC Tulsa team.
player down. Interesting for me, Hanya there wearing 20, Anna. Last week was very much playing on the right-hand side. Tonight, as Delence-Pierre gets some attention, he's playing on the left, and they're almost, Switchbacks FC, not playing with anyone down the right, although they'll look to push Akeem Ward on there, and maybe that's to combat FC Tulsa with Delu down that right-hand side.
Right, I mean, we talked about the impact players that they've had. Delu obviously got the nod as well this week for the team of the week, and that's something that this FC Tulsa team, they have so many weapons, and the Switchbacks didn't perform the way that they wanted to the last time out, so taking a few tweaks to try to adjust here early on.
It's a little bit chillier here, isn't it? It's a little bit chilly here. There's a few blankets around tonight, a few hoodies. You and I were down pitch side, Anna, and you know, it's still a pleasant night, but probably around about the late 40s, 50. The fans don't care, they're all enjoying themselves.
I think it's perfect if you're moving around. If you're sitting still trying to stay warm, yeah, definitely need some layers.
0-0 the score. Delence-Pierre, the former Switchbacks FC man, is having some attention here. They always come into the families on the grassy banks here at One Oak Field, and there are more tonight than we've ever seen, as you would expect, for playoff football. We think probably around about 6,500 to 7,000 in One Oak Field. There is Delence-Pierre. He's played a lot of these season, Anna, interesting enough, hasn't he, as one of the three centre-backs tonight and last week, playing in the central midfield.
Yeah, he's been a key component to this FC Tulsa team, and you know, we mentioned the experience from the Switchbacks and how, hey, they've been there, they know what it takes to go all the way. So does Pierre. I mean, he was on that team and has the ability to draw from that experience and help FC Tulsa in those moments, you know, kind of with that, lift up players around him, and so he's been a key piece of this team as well for FC Tulsa.
Well, the USL on the CBS Sports Network kicks off the championship playoffs presented by Terminix with two quarterfinal showdowns Sunday, November the 2nd. Eastern Conference second seed Charleston Battery take on 7th seed Rhode Island FC at 2 p.m. Western Conference second seed Sacramento Republic FC battle 7th seed Orange County SC at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's all on the CBS Sports Network. And that's tomorrow, of course. Akeem Ward with the header towards the halfway line. It's a little push in the back of Coley. Coley comes away with the ball. And then Coley was adjudged to have fouled Hewerman. Mr. Corrigan, the referee there, with the captain Matt Mahoney, the 30-year-old. Akeem Ward has pushed up on that right-hand side. As we said, Shoki Hanya wearing 20 on the left-hand side here this week. There is Ward looping the ball up into the air. Delence-Pierre, who's recovered, heads it away. Nobody will be more determined than him against his former employers. Always good, Anna, isn't it, when you get to play against one of your old clubs? It just lifts you that little bit more, doesn't it?
Right, obviously enough motivation as it is, but definitely chip on your shoulder when you have the opportunity to play against a former team, and did well last week and will want to do the same here.
Jamie Webber nearly getting in behind there with a good first touch. It's going to be a throw-in to FC Tulsa. Lucas Storfer has a pretty long throw from the right. Souza does the same from the left. Everybody back for the blue-shirted Switchbacks FC. Storfer will be aiming for the likes of Ian, who's up there nearest to the goalkeeper. And then he throws it short here to Coley. Coley into the area. Here's the ball from Souza. That's a wonderful ball. Here's Storfer to the line. Pulls it back. Is there going to be a shot? No, there isn't. And then there was a foul from Ian there. Tejada goes down. There is Ian, the latest signing. Gloves on tonight. There's Tejada, who we highlighted, big player for Switchbacks FC. Let's have a look at the replay here, Anna.
Yeah, and FC Tulsa trying to get the one-time shot, but Tejada does well to step in front there and I think catches a bit on the top of his foot.
Hanya is also tying up his boot there and he's ready to go on. Let's have a look at some latest scores. Pittsburgh 0, Hartford Athletic 0, 85 minutes gone there. Look at that score. Louisville City 0, Detroit 1, 59 minutes gone. Still a long way to go, but it just shows you playoffs are different from the regular season. We'll keep you up with those scores because FC Tulsa, like Louisville City, won their conference, scoring 50 goals. And they're up against the 8th place team here, Switchbacks FC, but as we say, none of that matters anymore, as Vassell has just bumped over Lamar Batista. Batista wants to get on with this. Referee's just going to step in and just calm everything down. There is Lamar Batista, so important to the FC Tulsa cause, standing at 6'5". DeLue has pushed over Hanya. Several free kicks in this game so far, Anna. You kind of expect that a little bit, don't you? It's a battle out there, nothing malicious, but it could be a little bit stop-start tonight.
It has been, and you know, you would expect that. Both teams coming in just trying to establish themselves, get the edge. The emotions are high coming into this game. Obviously, the stakes are very high. Here's a quick look. The ball from Batista over to DeLue and just had a bit too much on Hanya.
Luke Spencer in deep thought. Knows what it's like to play in the playoffs. And he's picked the same side that were winning here by 3-0 7 days ago. That man you just caught a shot of there, Kyle Vassell, was on the bench last week. He's up front with Tejada, giving the focal point. Souza, who had that chance very early on, just dragged it wide. Elmedkar into Weber. Souza will settle things down. Low block now from Switchbacks FC. Storfer. Nutmeg, but no foul. And now a break down the left-hand side. Vassell is there, but that's good defending. And now there's a player down, and the referee, I think, is going to come back and give a free kick for the block on Hanya. Hanya looks in some distress there. I think he was blocked off, Anna, just off the ball. Referee trying to let it go on, but Hanya, I think, will be okay. Well, from the ER to orthopedics to brain surgery, Ascension St John has got you covered. Visit us at ascension.org/St John. You're watching playoff football here on ESPN Plus and also locally here on My 41 here in Tulsa. The crowd have come in their numbers and really enjoying what they've seen so far. But they're having to see FC Tulsa defend a free kick in just a few moments. The crowd were in early today, weren't they, to get the best seats?
Good to see Hanya up and okay after that last play, but this is a dangerous position for a free kick. Important. FC Tulsa stays tight on marking and also aware of that second ball. When that ball knocks out, players tend to hover right around the top of the 18, so want to be cognizant of where that ball lands.
Here's the free kick then. Into the area, flicked on, headed away. Coley's there battling. Purcell wins it for Switchbacks FC. Back into the area. Another header. Now it's loose and Peñaranda has to make a save. Well, that was a chance for Switchbacks FC. Peñaranda there in frame. Has to make his first save of the night. Let's just have a look at this, Anna.
Really good opportunity. Great in-swinger ball with pace, and it just pops over to that back post. FC Tulsa tries to get over to block it, but the quick shot, and Peñaranda does well there. His shot-stopping ability, able to pop that one over.
Katrina Freshmack's corner. Tejada's gone short and lost out and then fouled. And it will be FC Tulsa free kick. Danger averted. Tejada has been told no more. Short corner did not work so well there. Ian will go back to his goalkeeper, Johan Peñaranda, who's just made that fine save to keep it at 0-0. Batista. Quickly into the challenge was Hanya, who's now got the ball back wide on that left-hand side. Goes back to Duke Lacroix. Matt Mahoney. Hakeem Ward. They work it well from left to right. Here's Vassell. First touch wasn't the best. In quickly was Batista. That's a good battle, Anna. I like those battles one-on-one. And that man there, Vassell and Batista, look shaking out. That's going to be a good key battle tonight for me.
It is. I mean, Vassell brings a ton of experience, able to hold up play, and Lamar Batista will have his hands full, but the Switchbacks have really settled in here. They've worked the ball well.
Into the area. Batista won it back, and then it's away by Souza. And FC Tulsa will want that one to go out, and in the end it's going to be a free kick. I think Hewerman wants to pick up Batista there. And we will see the first Lacroix Law yellow card. Mr. Corrigan explaining there to Hewerman why he has given that Lacroix Law yellow card. So the Frenchman, the first player to go into the referee's book. Let's see if this is worthy of a yellow card, Anna.
Yeah, Batista just trying to let this ball go, and you see him come around the outside. Strong challenge. I mean, we've seen a few tough challenges so far in this game where referees kind of let things play a little bit. That one, you saw referee in a good position and felt that that was strong enough, reckless enough for a yellow card there.
I don't know if my eyes deceive, but I wonder whether he was a little bit unlucky. There might have been one of his teammates giving a bit of a shove there as well. So Peñaranda has come way out of his area on his left-hand side to take this one. Mahoney with Calera. That one hit Jamie Webber in the face. He's gone down. And the referee, because it's a head injury, will bring the athletic trainer on again. It's Delence-Pierre, excuse me, who got the ball in the face. It's Destiny Ladaguna, who's been busy this year, dealing with long-term injuries, and obviously during the 90 minutes, players getting a drink. Anna, your assessment of the game coming up to the 25-minute mark?
You could tell, as we expected. I mean, both of these teams coming in high energy. There have been some, breaks up in play just with the physicality. I think the emotion that comes with playoff games of this caliber. And to this point, both teams have settled in. It's not the same game as last weekend. The Switchbacks, they're possessing the ball a lot better. They're moving the ball from side to side. And you can tell on the counter, when they're able to combine, they can get in behind and they can be really dangerous. Peñaranda's already had to make a great save. On the other end, we've seen FC Tulsa and their ability to get forward quickly. That's what they do. They go from back to front so quickly. They're comfortable with not as much possession, but they found a way to be successful. So you've seen glimpses of that from both teams so far in this game, but now at this point, 25 or so minutes in, things settling down, it'll be really interesting to see who gets that first goal, because both teams have had their chances but still not able to break through. The Switchbacks still with the sole opportunity on target up to this point, so FC Tulsa will want to get more from an offensive perspective and really challenge Herrera.
And talking to Luke Spencer earlier on in the week, he said, you know, playoff games could be won by a sort of weird bounce of the ball, and the longer it goes on at 0-0, you know, it can happen. So it is playoff football, and you know, you have to have a little bit of luck as well, don't you?
You do. I mean, and both of these teams will feel that as this game continues to evolve. If you're the Switchbacks, you came in at the 8th seed, kind of snuck in last minute for the playoffs, but they have loyal fans there. As you get a look here, I mean, I think we talked to them, Dave, they got up at 5 a.m., drove all the way down to this game, so they have some loyal fans as well, looking to see their team potentially go back to the championship final where they had so much success last year.
Yeah, and it was nice that they said that everybody had been friendly to them as well, which is what it's all about, isn't it? Let's be honest. And that gentleman there, I'll excuse him a little yawn because he left at 5 a.m. It's around about a 10-hour drive, they said. And they are watching a pretty good game here. It's 0-0. The fans are in full voice. As we said, some atmosphere here at One Oak Field. Referee wasn't happy with the restart there. Jamie Webber will receive the bounce of the ball. There it is. Back to Ian. Ian to Lamar Batista. Now Delancey is just pulled away from the middle of the field. Left-footed ball over the top, looking for Calera. That's going to go all the way through for a goal kick. And I want to talk to you, Anna, about the Switchbacks and what they learned from 7 days ago. There's certainly not been the space for Taylor Carrera tonight so far.
No, I mean, that game last week was pretty wide open, and that's where FC Tulsa can really take advantage and be dangerous. So you can tell coming into this game, the Switchbacks have made a couple of tweaks. They've done a better job keeping the ball, trying to be thoughtful about when they're going forward, combining on the counterattack quickly, and especially just with the confidence piece coming into this game, getting that early opportunity, forcing Peñaranda to make a save. This is a very different team than we saw last week. And I think it's important to note as well, I mean, the Switchbacks have already beaten FC Tulsa this season, so it's not like they don't know how to do it. They beat them at home early on, and historically they've been pretty dominant from a head-to-head perspective. So the Switchbacks are a tough team, and FC Tulsa obviously on the tail end of a great win last week, but this has been a good match so far.
Certainly has. 0-0 the score. But as Anna has already pointed out, Switchbacks have beaten FC Tulsa by 2-0 at Widener Field. Now there's Akeem Ward playing a good ball into the area now. Batista, no foul, says the referee. Carvacell it was, he went down. Was there a little push on him? Nothing from the referee. Taylor Carrera here wants a corner, and the referee says it will be a goal kick. Lots happening there. Carvacell is having a go at the assistant, and there's Taylor Carrera. He's not had too many touches of the football, but according to the referee, he got the last touch there for a goal kick for Christian Herrera. Talking about that 2-0 win for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. FC Tulsa before that game had gone 14 games unbeaten. It was the longest streak in franchise history. Previous was 10 in 2020 and 21, but it was ended by Colorado Springs Switchbacks in that 2-0 defeat. Let's have a look to see if there was a potential foul on Kyle Vassell.
Talked about the battle between Vassell and Batista, and I think here we'll get a quick look at Carrera on the other end and the potential no call on the corner. Tough, happens so quickly.
Here's Ian crossing the halfway line. El Medcar got the first touch, but not to one of his teammates. It's going to be a throw-in for Lucas Storfer right on halfway. Ian again will slow things down. Storfer infield to Delence-Pierre under pressure from Tejada. Easy one for the referee to give. Batista. Is Ian. Seen a lot of the ball. Fitted in very well for FC Tulsa as Ian. Here's Jamie Webber talking of fitting in well. Great ball. DeLu across goal. And there was a shot from El Medcar that looped up from Hakeem Ward, who defended that pretty well and easy for the goalkeeper. Remains 0-0.
Well worked from FC Tulsa. They can be really threatening when getting those runs in behind. I believe that was from Weber into DeLu. That was a really well-weighted pass. And then the right ball trying to find the top of the six. But the defending there from the Switchbacks enough to break up that play. Not a clean strike from El Medcar.
Khalil El Medcar with 6 goals this season. Scored last week, the first goal of the 3. Well, as the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. 33rd minute here in this slightly stop-start first half. No malicious fouls, but plenty of fouls for the referee to have to blow the whistle and halt the play. Batista over the top, looking for El Medcar. That's going to slide away and go away for a goal kick. Certainly a much, as we said, better defensive performance from Switchbacks FC here tonight so far, Anna.
Yeah, and I think, not as much space in behind for FC Tulsa to run into. They've been more connected as a unit defensively, which has been tough for FC Tulsa to kind of draw them out and play the way that they want to. So you have to credit the Switchbacks making the proper adjustments. And, the game last week, obviously here all to play for, but really open. The Switchbacks, after going down early, sense of urgency to go forward. So the scoreline, you might expect the Switchbacks there a bit exposed last week as they're pushing. Now both teams really trying to be sound defensively.
FC Tulsa on the attack again. Weber trying to go the long way round. Chips the ball into the box. El Medcar can't get his shot away. And again, Hakeem Ward getting congratulations from his teammates, because that twice now he's come in and foiled the danger over El Medcar.
Again from FC Tulsa on that right side. This is good delivery from Weber. El Medcar right in front of goal, and Ward does so well there.
Katrina Freshmack's corner. Jamie Weber from the left. The crowd willing him on. Delence-Pierre's in there, Ian's in there, Batista's in there, El Medcar. Calera as well. Here's Weber then with the right foot into the danger area. Good header away from Matushla, and then a shot from Souza over the top. Latest scores I can tell you. Lou City 0, Detroit 1 with 10 minutes to go in that one. North Carolina are a goal up against Loudoun. And Pittsburgh versus Hartford Athletic will go into extra time. No shortage of drama already in the playoffs sponsored by Terminix. Here's Souza, who's had both shots for FC Tulsa in this first half. Remains 0-0 in this cagey game. Storfer forward, looking for Calera. And again, Calera has just been defended pretty well by Matusla. Matusla, who's been called up for 15 appearances for his country, Haiti. 13 starts. Played against the USA last June in the USA 2-1 win. Let's just have a look here. Does Calera put a hand? Yes, he does. And Matusla went down. It's a big night for that man in frame there. Top goal scorer, a lot on his shoulders. Hasn't too many touches of the football, but we know that good goal scorers don't need that many touches of the football sometimes, and they can open the game up.
No, and there's been spells where he's gone games where he's been pretty quiet, but the movement off the ball is still impactful. Players defensively have to always be aware of where he is. So even if he doesn't have as many touches, the movement can help kind of draw the switchbacks out and still aid in FC Tulsa's attack. But you're right. I mean, he just needs a quick moment to make a difference. But so far in this game, the switchbacks have done really well, staying close to him, really staying touch tight and making it very difficult for FC Tulsa to find space that they were used to having last weekend.
Free kick then. Human and Vassell over the ball for Switchbacks FC. This one is slightly left of centre. You'd probably say around about 25 yards out. Having a discussion, as you can see there, of how to beat Johan Peñaranda. 4 players in the FC Tulsa wall. Storfer just standing to the left of the wall. Big moment in the game. Human left-footed or Vassell right. Take your pick. Human comes up, it hits the wall, and then it's headed away by Souza out for a corner. FC Tulsa wall did its job, Anna Bergel.
Did its job. Souza, again, has had a great game so far, but not out of the woods yet. Have to defend properly here on the corner as the switchbacks trying to get organized. Looks like Human will take this one as well. Maybe a short opportunity with Tejada joining him.
Yep, Katrina Freshmack's corner. Human, as she said, with that left foot, or he could go short corner here to Tejada. FC Tulsa having to defend again. Human it is then to the near post, and that will be another corner. Well defended by FC Tulsa. Human then again, as you were. Human born in Vannes, France, with the corner. There's Peñaranda. El Medcar defending the line. This one towards the middle of the goal. Good header away from Batista. Hook back in, and that will be Johan Peñaranda, and FC Tulsa defended all of that flurry of activity pretty well, Anna.
Yeah, that was a key header from Batista. He's had a tall task ahead of him so far in this game, and he's been crucial for FC Tulsa.
Human again with Batista. Batista has foiled the danger there. As I said earlier on, with Hanya playing wider on the left-hand side, it's allowing players like Human and Akeem Ward to play down to Vassell down that right. Clearly James Chambers has done his homework, and it's a good formation that's working pretty well for Switchbacks FC at the moment.
It is. They've had a good first half, and they've looked more organized. They've looked kind of better as a unit, defending and going forward. You mentioned finding Vassell, being able to combine a bit more.
Alex Delou trying to win that ball back. He wanted to throw in, but it's gone the way of Duke Lacroix, another Haitian in the team. Duke Lacroix played for his country in the 3-0 win over Nicaragua in the World Cup qualifiers on October the 9th. Played the whole game at left back. Also a bit of a Haitian connection with Delence Pierre, of course, another player from that country on the FC Tulsa side. Here's the long throw from Stauffer into the area. It's going to come here to Weber, who can hit one. It hits the defender, and Switchbacks FC clear their lines, and that will be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place. As Luke Spencer looking on, what do you think might be going through his thoughts at the moment, Anna? I know, difficult to say, of course.
Yeah, you know, I think early on in this game, just recognizing he knew coming in the Switchbacks it would be a different game, and so now just trying to figure out how to open them up a bit more and get players like Carrera, like El Medcar, like Delu on the ball more.
That's a good ball, El Medcar. I'm going to go back here to Travion Souza. Left-footed ball into the box. Delu missed it, but it's going to come out to Weber. Stauffer's with him. Here is Weber, chipping the ball to the far post. Now comes the goalkeeper, all 6'7" of him. And that's Christian Herrera, the 28-year-old. 4 seasons with Switchbacks FC. Did represent the Mexican under-20 side as well. Nil-nil the score in the 43rd minute here at One Oak Field. We'll keep watching all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix continue throughout November. The top teams battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. Walking pace from Batista. 2 minutes left for Louisville to get an equalizer against Detroit. North Carolina still a goal up, and it's extra time. 0-0 between Pittsburgh and Hartford Athletic. We're coming up to half time here, although you do feel there might be a few minutes added on. We've had a few stoppages as Souza slices that cross, and that will go harmlessly away for a goal kick. Hannah, if you're FC Tulsa, what are you looking to improve going forward?
You know, I think in the second half we've talked about, you know, those high impact players wanting to get on the ball more, and from a possession standpoint they've typically been comfortable not having as much of the ball, but I think when they're able to combine, when they're able to get that momentum going forward, they can have success. And they have in the first half when they've been able to get on that right wing, around the outside, drawing players in and then playing those dangerous passes in the box. So there's elements where they need to just continue to chip away and things will happen. But the Switchbacks team, they've been tough to defend. So some creativity is needed, whether that's different runs off the ball or just the movement to be a bit more dynamic to allow FC Tulsa to open them up. But Luke Spencer's had success with that this season. Chambers, as you get a look, he's come in well organized and has really coached his team proper in this first half, and they've been tough to break down and have had some chances of their own. So this second half, if the scoreline stays the same heading into halftime, it'll be interesting to see how it evolves, especially still 0-0.
Hakeem Ward, who's had an outstanding game at the back in this first half for Switchbacks FC, cuts the ball out again. Ball over the top, looking for Sal Peñaranda was there. Rolls it out here to Batista. Mr. Meyer, the fourth official, getting the board ready. Tusla heads away. Creek heads on. Calera, El Medcar. But again, good organisation from Switchbacks FC. We're going to see 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Good time for either side to score now. Vassell wide on the right-hand side, feeds it into Tejada. Tejada up against Batista, gets the cross in, but that's way over hit, and that one will be a throw-in to FC Tulsa. The 90 minutes are up in Louisville, and still Detroit lead by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Amu Mensah in the 34th minute. FC Tulsa on the attack again. Duke Lacroix is a good defender and has kept Alex Delou fairly quiet so far. Belted away by Matusla, headed back by Ian. Aerial challenges in the midfield are plenty. Hakeem Ward will not be able to kick. Yes, he will be able to kick that in. Well, Medcar wins the tackle, away by Mahoney. Batista feeds it to Souza. Souza now up to the chest of Calera, brings it down well. FC Tulsa have got players on the overlap. Here is Storfer up against Hanya. Weber. Storfer. Can he get a ball in? He certainly can. Is it too close to the goal? Matusla, and then over the top from Alex Delou. To be fair to him, Anna, never easy when the ball bounces just in front of you to be able to keep it down.
No, that was going to be tough to execute, but Stauffer, when he's advanced higher on the field and gets more involved, good things happen. Does well, creates a bit of space with his left foot, but again, well defended from the switchbacks, and Delou just not able to get his body up over that to put that on frame and challenge Herrera.
Well, eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favourite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Coming up to half-time, Dave Saunders and Anna Burgle with you as history is being made here at One Oak Field with FC Tulsa. 0-0 the score. Switchbacks FC dumping it forward, but Peñaranda's there, and there's a foul, says the referee. Slightly late challenge. And this could well be the last action. There's Batista. He's had a wonderful season. He brings 7 seasons of USL and MLS Pro and USL League One experience. Ex-Timbers 2-man. Did go on loan to OKC Energy down the turnpike in 2021. Quincy Human will take the free kick. There's the line outside the area. As I said, this could well be it with, 30 seconds left of the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Human then into the area. There's a header down, and there's a shot wide of the target. And it will be a goal kick for FC Tulsa. And it remains 0-0. Peñaranda then with the goal kick, and the referee, Mr. Corrigan, says that will do it for the first half. A little bit scrappy, Anna, 0-0, but probably on the balance of play about right.
I think that's a bit fair. I mean, coming into this game, both of these teams just trying to establish themselves early, try to dictate the pace, but it created kind of that stop-start flow of the game, just with the emotions high, the physicality coming into this game. But it's been a good match. We've seen some good individual battles all over the field as well, but both teams just still looking for that breakthrough.
We'll be back with lots to get through the Williams halftime show. Playoff football is here at One Oak Field. Alas, no goals in the first half. It's FC Tulsa 0, the Switchbacks FC 0.
After an accident, don't try to fight the insurance company alone. Call Graves McLean. Get the settlement you deserve. Results matter at Graves McLean. Call us for a free consultation.
Mom and Dad can be a little competitive. They get all, yeah, buddy, and heck yeah. Lucky for them, Main Event has over 85 games and activities to play together, so they can get rematch after rematch after rematch. So do something awesome together.
CJ here, reminding you that Ferguson Kia at Broken Arrow is your Kia headquarters. And now's the time to experience the bold and all-new 2025 Kia K4, the next evolution of the compact sedan, delivering performance that's just as sharp as it looks. Step inside with advanced driver assistance technology, a spacious interior, and featuring the dual 12.3-inch panoramic displays, a digital key, and available ambient lighting to set the mood. Ferguson Kia, 161st and Broken Arrow Expressway, across from Bass Pro. Tell them CJ sent you.
When I come home, it's like I feel like I'm in my dream home. I've been doing a little research on HELOCs, and I went to Oklahoma Central Credit Union. They were wonderful. We've added pretty much a new addition to our house. We didn't even have to pay the closing cost. They paid it for us. So I've been with Oklahoma Central for quite a while. I'm not going anywhere else.
At Graves McLean, we leave no stone unturned to seek justice for our clients. You've suffered a serious injury? Call Graves McLean because your case matters.
Big crowd, big atmosphere, plenty of effort, but alas, no goals here. Back with more with the Williams halftime show after this short break.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prince Tires will be there for the long haul.
Booking a spot in the playoffs for the first time.
This week on USL All Access, we cover all the madness that was Decision Day around the USL Championship. Now that we know the bracket, we take a look at the upcoming quarterfinal matches Saturday and Sunday around the championship. Plus, we get a chance to sit down with two legends of rowdy lore, Leo Fernandez and Forrest Lasso, hanging up their boots for the last time.
Welcome back into One Oak Field, 0-0 between FC Tulsa and the league history over full-length season. And how about this? Iron Men of the season, Sean Suber from Pittsburgh and Elias Gartig from Las Vegas Lights were the only two outfield players to play every minute of the USL Championship regular season. Well done to those two Iron Men. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll show you some highlights from the first half of FC Tulsa 0, Switchbacks FC 0.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies, to cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world, it takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket? No, but we do make them work. Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Main Event. By Ascension St. John, illness and injuries don't wait, neither do we. Ascension St. John has got you covered. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. By Bill Knight Ford, home of the Knight Advantage. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. Well, let's have a look at the highlights of the first half here with my broadcast partner, Anna Berg.
Yeah, you knew coming in that the intensity would be high. FC Tulsa opened things up with a great opportunity here. The combination play, Elmedkar finding that overlapping run from Souza. Souza's been a great addition to this FC Tulsa team, and when he gets forward, he can be really dangerous. And it's been kind of chippy stop-start in this first half. The Switchbacks had a key opportunity as well where Peñaranda had to make a save, but for the most part, it's been kind of slow, choppy, so both teams settling in here, and it'll be an interesting second half.
Let's have a look at the first half stats to see if that tells us a little bit of a story. I can tell you that FC Tulsa had more possession, 56-44, Anna, but both teams, you know, striving hard. Shots 6-4, shots on target, I think tells you a bit of a story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been
Fans as well who've made the long journey south to downtown Tulsa as well. Everybody is enjoying themselves, and this is first versus 8th, but none of that matters, and we've already heard that the first place team in the Eastern Conference have gone down Louisville City by a 0-0 to Detroit. Well done to Detroit. There are shocks to be had in playoff football, and Anna, what have we got to look forward to in the second half?
I know FC Tulsa fans are hoping for not a shock, and they're wanting to see their home team go on to the next round, but a lot of soccer left to be played here, and the Switchbacks came in, different game plan. They've looked solid, they've looked more organized, and have made it tough for FC Tulsa to find that additional space that they had last weekend, as we mentioned. So looking in this second half, we'll need to see some more creativity. We talked about just the dynamic runs and movement from those key players, forcing the Switchbacks to really pull out. And the Switchbacks, Tejada's been active, Basel up top, trying to hold up play, trying to bring players into the attack. So this has really been an interesting game, a lot of individual battles, and both of these coaches experienced and wanting to put themselves in a good position from a personnel standpoint here in the second half.
And it could, and I underline the word could, come down to a piece of individual brilliance.
Absolutely. I mean, it might, from an instance of, we've seen it in this first half, not a lot of space given. Everyone is tight on their marks. Everyone is making sure they're not giving up an inch, and especially at this point in the season, we continue to harp on it, but the margin of error now is extremely thin. We've seen what's happened across the USL Championship, Louisville going down by a 0-0, and it just takes one play, it just takes one run, it takes switching off mentally, losing your mark. So at this point, so important just holistically to make sure you are locked in with your team, and both of these sides locked right now without a goal yet, but I'd expect lots more here in the second half, and as we see a bit more carryover from the Halloween spirit into this game. But the fans are excited, looking forward to a thrilling second half.
They're underway in New Mexico. New Mexico 0, San Antonio 0, El Paso and Phoenix Rising kick off at 8:30 p.m. local time. The winners of that game play the winners of this game. As you take a look at the concourse, plenty of food and drink. They got to be quick, those people, to get back for the second half. FC Tulsa it will be, getting us underway. Alex DeLu, fireworks go off here at One Up Field. Batista belts the ball forward, headed away. FC Tulsa in their black and gold strip against the sky blue shirts of the Switchbacks FC in their white socks and white shorts. Welcome into Switchbacks fans. There is a watch party going on at Widener Field. Here's Storfer, brought down by Elmedkar. Coley couldn't get on the end of it. Here's Batista. Ian. Lucas Storfer plays it forward. The referee said there was a foul. Just talking about substitutions, Anna. Stefan Lukic comes off the bench, scores important goals, got that goal of the week down at El Paso. You know, it could be a night for someone like that, someone from either bench to come on and just change things up, or a moment of brilliance.
Right, both coaches have an opportunity, obviously, to do that as the game evolves. We'll see how these teams settle in now at the start of the second half, but you're exactly right. I mean, just a change of pace, a change of energy from someone coming off the bench, and I think that's what's been just a testament from an FC Tulsa standpoint is the depth of this team they've had. Luke Spencer has said it all season. They have a starting 11, but it's not just about the starting 11. It's been an entire team approach. A ton of different players have made an impact and won games, and he'll have an option to bring some in here later on to see if they can make an impact.
Hanya was tackled well by Storfer, and Storfer appealed and got the throw in. That's another key battle. You would expect that man, Hanya, to be a handful for Lucas Storfer. Harvey Sinclair on the bench can come in on the right-hand side for FC Tulsa. That's a good chest down. Here's Calera. Calera through the middle. Coley just got the ball under his feet, rather. Wonderfully fouled by Calera. Now a ball over the top, looking for Vassell. There's Batista with the header. Now Tejada. Tejada here, tries a shot, hits Ian. Webber back to Storfer. Storfer goes long and out. Duke Lacroix with a good run there. Here's Coley. The referee says play on Calera. Calera having to go back towards his own goal here. Does really well to find Souza. Souza's pulled back. And that's a Lacourse Law yellow card for Brennan Creek, the 25-year-old. Easy one for the referee here, Anna.
Yeah, Souza trying to break through, does well. Experienced player to step in front, forcing the contact there. Right call from the referee.
Brennan Creek played his college ball at both Western Michigan and then transferred to the University of Kentucky and then went semi-pro with Huntsville City FC in the MLS Pro and then signed for Switchbacks FC. Here's Ian. Easily finds the 30-year-old Storfer. Storfer goes on a run here. Plays it out wide. Deleu. Storfer's gone on the overlap. Had to stay onside. Delu's done well. Into the area. Across goal! And it's just in front of El Medcar there. Good play from Deleu. Got to the byline. Pulled it across goal.
Deleu did well, but again, the movement so important for FC Tulsa. We saw a glimpse of it early on from Carrera, and now Stauffer made the overlapping run, allows Deleu to just face up 1v1, get around the corner, great ball in, but just not able to connect with players in the box. But Deleu's been a dangerous player for FC Tulsa, and you mentioned the individual effort. Why not in those moments? Face up 1v1.
That one will go through for a goal kick, I think. When you see the replay there, you realise that Hakeem Ward did well just to put El Medcar off, didn't let him get the header on. We can see that Christian Herrera there is dribbling the football, and Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice. 0-0. El Medcar wins the header. El Medcar goes on the run. Now Coley in some space inside the area. Players waiting far post. Coley, does it hit the hand? No, says the referee. And it's going to spin away for a Katrina Freshmax corner for the home side. And Coley, who's not had too many touches of the football, did really well to break free there, Anna.
He did. There have been a few moments in this first half. Early on, Carrera had a pass in behind trying to find Coley. And here again, Coley able to kind of pop out and be dangerous. So he's made an impact, just the movement kind of floating in that space. And FC Tulsa almost able to break through a couple of times in a short corner here.
Coley to Webber. Webber to Souza. Souza to the far stick, but that's too close to the keeper, is it? Got a bit of a fist on that one. And then there's a foul by Deleu. And Mr. Corrigan has a few players from both teams in both ears.
It's always that second ball bouncing away, kind of 50-50 coming in. Deleu with Vassell, but it was a strong challenge. Kind of turns the shoulder there.
Sporting from Deleu, the man Kyle Vassell, the Northern Irishman, had around about 16 English clubs, came over from Kilmarnock, also played for San Diego Loyal in 2022. Didn't start in last week's game, certainly winded there I think, but he is off the bench for this one, and the focal point for the attack with Human and Tejada. There's the Switchbacks FC subs warming up. FC Tulsa subs are doing the same. And there is Christian Herrera, who's looking to keep yet another clean sheet. He's got 5 in regular season play. Batista's under this one to head it away. Storfer wins that challenge. Now, is El Medcar going to be able to get on the end of this one? Big moment in the game. What a tackle! What an excellent tackle. Akeem Ward, for me, has been the Switchbacks FC player of the match so far, and that is top class.
We'll get another look here. You had to time that perfectly. Does so well to recover the athleticism here, but El Medcar was in 1v1. All ball, he's able to clear that one away. Really strong tackle, and just his ability that he's shown throughout this game, defending in those key moments, just in a split second, he's been able to deny some big goal scoring opportunities for FC Tulsa.
King Ward, ex-Loudoun, Birmingham Legion, North Carolina, Oakland roots, and Rio Grande Valley. He knows the game. And El Medcar, it was a perfectly fair challenge, by the way, and El Medcar has just felt the effects of that one. And actually there is some concern here, might be the way that he fell. FC Tulsa may have to make a change here. Harvey Sinclair, Stefan Lukic, Owen Darm, Trevor Amen, Tyler Derrick, the goalkeeping sub, Andrew Booth, and Patrick Segrist, the choices. There's the crowd still looking on, still hopeful from the home perspective, but as we said, there are some Switchbacks FC fans who've made the trip. Definitely people have gone for the blankets and the hoodies and the jackets and are getting them out. There's the upper deck. Ryan Kraft there on the right on the phone, one of the owners of FC Tulsa. All the Kraft brothers here, and take a lot of credit for the way that they've put resources into this club. And also we should say, Anna, while there's this stoppage, that FC Tulsa are in the brochure for the World Cup as well, to be a hosts of a training camp for the World Cup. So it's all going in the right direction for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, just what they've done with this club, obviously from a field perspective and the administrative perspective, but then just trying to put themselves in a position holistically to get more people on the map for soccer and the ability to host a World Cup team to be the training ground. So really neat opportunity for them. So we'll see how that plays out, the excitement for the upcoming World Cup, and FC Tulsa and just Tulsa in general trying to get a small piece of that.
There is a delay. I can tell you that El Medcar is still lying prostrate on the ground being attended to. My guess, and it is only a guess, is it could be a neck injury. Both sets of players going to their coaches. As I said, blankets and hoodies. Who's that little chap there? He's up late, isn't he?
A little bit past his bedtime. Super dad.
They want him young here, supporting FC Tulsa.
Fans young and old. We've seen them all.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, the home playoff game for FC Tulsa. They have been in the playoffs. Not as many times as I hasten to add as Switchbacks FC, but the last time FC Tulsa were in a playoff game, it was in 2021. They lost by 6-2 at the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Unfortunately, down below me, they are wheeling out the stretcher for Khalil El Medcar. And this will prompt a substitution, and we're hearing that it could well be Stefan Lukic, Anna, who will take the place of El Medkar. Stefan Lukic, only 3 starts, 21 as a sub. I was looking at my stats today. He scored 5 goals, 4 of his 5 goals coming on as a sub. I mean, he could well be someone to open this game up.
And it just shows you the quality of players of this FC Tulsa team, and that's really been what Luke Spencer has tried to bring in, just raising the level of intensity when you have players of his caliber on the bench that could step on, make an immediate impact. So it'll be interesting to see. He's waiting, ready to jump on, but from an FC Tulsa standpoint, and really just anyone, obviously well wishes to El Medkar, want to make sure that he's okay. They're taking his time, taking time to get him off the field safely here.
Was it Halloween yesterday?
Hard to tell. Love it. Have to credit the...
They're all enjoying themselves. Trying to spot my family now out there somewhere in the cold. But everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. And this game could go either way. 0-0 between these two rivals. As we said, there is a watch party at Widener Field, the home ground of Switchbacks FC. Pittsburgh and Hartford have gone to a penalty shootout. They could not find a goal between them. Were you ever involved in a penalty shootout?
I was.
How nerve-wracking is that?
Your heart rate's through the roof, but it's key on the outside. Have to look calm. But, I mean, especially at this point in the playoffs, obviously all these teams want to find a goal in the run of play. It's always tough when a game is decided by penalties. I mean, anything can happen, obviously, but we've seen the best of them miss, and just kind of an unfortunate way to end a game, in my opinion.
Yeah, and to tell everybody watching in that if this was to finish as a tie at the end of the 90 minutes, we would have 15 minutes either way, each way in extra time. There is no golden goal, and then it would go to a penalty shootout. As you can see, an hour has ticked by in this game, but there is a long delay here for the unfortunate Khalil El Medkar, who was tackled fairly, I hasten to add, by Akeem Ward. It was a great tackle as well, but we think that he may have fallen awkwardly, and the players gathering round him. FC Tulsa with another injury. There are several players who've, as we showed you in the injury report, the top of the program, who are out. And Anna, you just wish a player, both teams, both sets of players will want to wish this player El Medkar all the best in his recovery, as he's unfortunately stretched it off the field.
No, I mean, you come into these games in the competitive nature and you want to win, but never want to see an injury or never want to see, you know, something where it could be dangerous and having to, you know, stretch our players off the field. But looks to see that he may be okay, has a good athletic training staff. I think both teams have kind of come together to try to make sure that he's in good hands. It's kind of an interesting dynamic now to this game, though. There was a long stoppage. Both teams kind of had the chance to go to the sidelines, reset with their coaches. Obviously, FC Tulsa players concerned about their teammate. But it looks like we'll get going underway here soon. And Lukic, as you see in your screen, number 22 there, stepping in for El Medkar and hopes to make an impact for his team.
Yeah, sweet shots substitution. Stefan Lukic on the field. Here's Coley. Souza will go to the line here. And that one has gone out and back in, says the assistant. So it'll be a goal kick. Tulsa Spine and Rehab are a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. 0-0 the score, 63rd minute. But I reckon that's probably, just to add to the drama, around about 8 or so minutes to be added on at the end of this one. Herrera clears his lines up towards halfway. Delancey in the thick of things. Ian boots it forward. Calera's underneath this one, headed away by Mahoney. He's had a pretty good game at the back. The captain for Switchbacks FC, Lucas Storfer, now with the throw-in. Goes back here to Ian. Ian signed from ABC FC in Brazil. Batista holds his hand up there. Anna just gave the ball away, but fortunately from an FC Tulsa point of view, it went straight through to Peñaranda. That's a good ball from Batista, making amends. Souza just couldn't get on the end of that one.
Souza's been a good addition for this FC Tulsa team. He's done well trying to get up that wing. His good delivery. Had an early opportunity in this game. Really one of FC Tulsa's best chances that went just wide. But since then, Switchbacks, again, have been tough to break down, and defensively have been organized.
Now here's Weber, just ran into a little bit of traffic. Storfer, though, has the ball now for FC Tulsa. Lays it out here to Trevion Souza. Souza's left-footed ball into the box. There's a header from Calera. It's a few yards wide. Souza's got a good ball in with his left foot. There's Calera. Slightly frustrating night for the top goal scorer, but as we said, you know, the likes of him and Vassell for the Switchbacks FC can turn things round with, you know, just one half chance, and that's why they're goal scorers.
I think it's important just mentally at this point in the game for these players. You may start to, you know, see that frustration or see that sense of urgency, which is important to have, but need to take that breath, need to stay calm and continue to execute in those small moments, because you don't want to overplay. You don't want to kind of put yourself in a bind. So mentally important to just stay switched on and not lose sight as this game continues, especially at 0-0.
New Mexico have scored a goal. They lead at home by 1-0 against San Antonio. The referee says that will be a goal kick and no foul, and congratulations to Pittsburgh, who've overcome Hartford Athletic after a penalty shootout. So Pittsburgh into the semi-final. Just to repeat the news, Louisville City have gone down at home by 1-0 to 8th place finish Detroit. This is first v 8th as well. Here's the goalkeeper, Herrera. Performed very well on, especially on the one-on-ones last week. Now here's the Serbian Lukic to the Australian Coley. Calera wants the ball to his feet, and he gets it to his feet. Oh, and Lukic there just had the ball at his feet, just overdid the pass, and it goes through harmlessly to Herrera. There is the Serbian Lukic, as I said, 5 goals, 4 of them of his 5 coming off the bench. He's only made 3 starts this season. Switchbacks FC coming forward again. Weber goes down, play on, here's Ward. And now Weber with some space. Clips the ball down the left-hand side for Taylor Calera. Up against Mahoney. Mahoney does really well. Comes away with the ball. Good defending from the experienced defender. Plays it up to Vassell. Vassell into... Ball was played in then to Hanya. Hanya goes down, and the referee says that Lucas Storfer, for the second time in consecutive games, will get a lacrosse law yellow card. Takes one for the team there, Anna. Tries to get him with the left foot, and then if you can't do that, drag him back with your arm. And Hanya takes a little lie down here because he's injured. Free kick then in the centre circle. Taken by Matusla. Here's Mahoney. Tejada can't get on the end of that one now. Ball again not accurately played down the left-hand side. You know, talking again about the way that Switchbacks FC have approached this, the likes of Mahoney in frame there with his coach James Chambers and Matusla, they've just been a lot tighter, haven't they? And they haven't given the front three, you know, throw in Duke Lacroix, who's great at left back, and Akeem Ward. They've got a very solid back four, and they're showing that tonight.
They are. I mean, they've been consistently touch tight. They haven't given anything up, and in those big moments, they've come out on top. I mean, Ward, talked about throughout the first half and ongoing here into the second half, has had some crucial interceptions. Looks like a player down here again on the far side. That is Ward.
Yeah, may have got inadvertently trodden on there, I'm not sure, but no free kick. It is a throw-in though for Ward. Has a little discussion with the assistant referee. Fans still believing. It's been wonderful entertainment at home for FC Tulsa. Sell trying to get on the end of this one. He goes down. Crowd getting a little bit fed up. Lascelles okay, got bumped into. Nil-nil it remains, coming up to the 70-minute mark. FC Tulsa have only conceded 1 goal in their last 4 games of the regular season. The last team to score here at One Oak Field was Birmingham Legion in early September. But as we know, it's a totally different game in the post-season. They have won 10 games at home here, FC Tulsa. Here's Human. Good ball to Akeem Ward. That hits the defender. Batista's back there with Vassell, and Batista will clear the lines here. Back from Creek. Tejada flicks it on. Hanya. And that one will roll through nicely for Johan Peñaranda. It's certainly getting nervy, Anna, isn't it, with 20 minutes to go here in the 90 minutes.
Both of these teams in a position where we've talked about not wanting to give anything up, but not wanting to make any crucial mistakes either, because both teams now kind of playing with that sense of urgency, wanting to pounce on any additional opportunity for extra space, as everyone's just been really locked in defensively, made it tough. Last weekend against these two, it was very open, free-flowing, and now, as we've expected coming into this game, a bit different approach, really a bit more conservative, as you might kind of say, watching this game. Both teams still kind of searching. I think you're right, or as you mentioned earlier, Dave, maybe an individual effort, maybe just a moment of brilliance for someone to kind of step up and take over this game.
James Chambers in no hurry to act as ball boy there and give it to his captain, Matt Mahoney. He knows the longer this goes on at 0-0, the more nervy FC Tulsa might get. Well, you could say the same for his team as well, but certainly in no hurry to give FC Tulsa the momentum. There's Weber finding Batista. Calera waits up front. This goes to Lukic, who goes back here to Batista. Now Ian. Everybody from the Switchbacks FC in their own half now. Storfer. Ian will just settle this back and play it across to Batista. Delence, Pierre just sitting in front of the two centre-backs. Coley plays it out. Well, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Herrera. Clears down the middle of the field, looking for Vassell. Headed away by Batista, picked up by Human. Human to Tejada. Here's Vassell, dinking it over the top. Human goes down. Ian tells him to get to his feet. Here's Batista. Batista wins 2 tackles, nearly got himself in trouble there. Batista again wins the aerial header forward. That's going to roll away and go out. Well, again, James Chambers in no hurry. Mahoney taking his time as well. The referee just has a word with the FC Tulsa bench. Mahoney then with the throw-in. Calera's gone down, and the referee says that the trainer will be needed. Well, you can enter the Prinks Tires Family Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $4,000. You grab your phone and you scan the QR code on the screen, which is there for you right now, and you can enter that today. Nil the score. There's Coley with Creek. Calera's okay. The referee will drop the ball. Matusla to Duke Lacroix, and Alex DeLu pulling down Lacroix. And he will be shown a Lacoste Law yellow card by Mr. Corrigan, the man in frame there, who's kept control of both sets of players. 15 minutes to go in this one. Easy one for the referee, Anna.
Yeah, DeLu's got stuck in on a few challenges throughout the evening, and I think referee, easy call for him there. And at this point in the game, we've talked about just from a mental standpoint, just players need to keep their head, not let frustrations get to them, as the sense of urgency really continues to build.
Here's a good ball out to Ward. Ward will drive it into the area, and Ian heads it away. Hanya will let this roll over the white line for a Katrina Freshmax corner. Good defending again, but Ward was up from the back with a decent ball in there, Anna.
Yeah, he was. Ian had to really time that one well, as Vassell on the back post there awaiting. Now you see Lamar Batista trying to get things organized, and referee just having to come in after a bit of a scuffle.
The assistant coming onto the field as well, and now he's bringing Johan Peñaranda with Echeverria. And he's showing a Lacoste Law yellow card to both of those players. The stakes are high. 13 minutes to go. Detroit, who beat Lou City, will play Pittsburgh in the semi-final. North Carolina, congratulations to them. They've won their game against Loudon by 1-0. They await the winners of Charleston and Rhode Island. Corner, Human. Human then. Left-footed ball, good one into the danger area. It's going to come all the way across to Ward, who fires one a good yard or so over the bar. Well, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. 78th minute, although we said with the unfortunate injury to El Medcar, we're expecting the board to be at least 7, maybe around about 8 or 9. Now, Calera's got free. He's wide, he's onside, he goes to the byline and he's just run out of field. And it will be a goal kick. Not many times has Taylor Carrera got that amount of space, Anna.
No, he hasn't, and FC Tulsa still trying to find a way to kind of slice through this defense. Just about does it. Lukic with the quick kind of release pass, and Carrera trying to get around the corner, but his touch just a bit too long.
Temperature dropping, but the crowd are sticking with it. I'm sure they are at Widener Field as well in their watch party. Switchbacks FC know how to go through the postseason. Of course, the winners of the whole thing last year, and some of those players in the side are in that winning side. Now Calera with Lacroix. Lacroix's done really well, then beats 2 players, beats 3. Really good play from the international left back. Tejada, that might be a little bit too hard for Tejada. On a cross comes Ian and holds him off, and it's a goal kick. Of course, the longer it goes on, Anna, you don't want to maybe push too many players forward. FC Tulsa, I think, are trying to play the way they played this season, but Switchbacks FC are a hard nut to crack, and they're sitting in really well here. Batista. Human's gone down. Deleu looks over his shoulder, and that one's out. Human will need some attention. Quincy Human, he's got a problem with that left arm, I think. Human's got 3 goals and 2 assists this season. Second season with Switchbacks FC. He's okay, just stretching out. Duke Lacroix will take the throw in. And we're in the last 10 minutes of the 90. Storfer heads away. Calera will get on the end of that one. Weber's gone on, but that's a good tackle. One back though. Here's Weber. Calera. Coley's in the middle. Mahoney's there to clear. Lucas Storfer wins it back for the home side. FC Tulsa playing in that all-black kit, playing from left to right on your screen. Sassy Company here on ESPN Plus, and here locally on My 41 in Tulsa. Dave Saunders joined by Anna Burgle. And now James Chambers is acting as ball boy and placing the ball forward. And now the referee's coming across. Mahoney will take the throw in. James Chambers in conversation with the 4th official. Mahoney will take the throw in. Weber heads it on. The referee said that Coley was ducking underneath Creek, so it'll be a free kick to Switchbacks FC. Here's Matusala. Mahoney, left-footed forward, looking for Vassell. Tries to hold it up. Souza back to Peñaranda. Hurry clearance from Peñaranda up towards Lukic, who heads on. And now there's a player down in the box. I think it's Tejada who's gone down there. Well, FC Tulsa fans don't like this, but if you are Switchbacks FC, you want to break the game up. This is exactly what you want.
Yeah, you don't want FC Tulsa to find any momentum going forward, get into a rhythm from a possession perspective, get numbers forward. And that's really how the game has been since the start. There have been a lot of kind of start-stop. It hasn't been anything too malicious, but just enough for the referee to have to stop play, slow things down. And in a sense, I mean, it's been working. FC Tulsa has not been able to break through defensively. As we've talked about all night, the Switchbacks have put on a performance defending really well. Talked about Mahoney played so well. Ward has had some crucial interceptions, making it really hard. And now it's just kind of breeding into the frustration building as not able to score a goal and clock ticking down and all of those things kind of combining into one. And it'll be interesting to see how these last few minutes of regulation play out.
Tejada has to leave the field as he got treatment. New Mexico's goal was scored by Akale. They're in the 44th minute there. Still New Mexico 1, San Antonio 0. El Paso 0. Phoenix Rising 0 after 15 minutes. The winner of that game in El Paso will play the winners of this game that you're watching here on ESPN Plus as Ian comes forward. A late goal. It could be. Coley inside the area. Coley takes the touch. Keeper did well. And it will be a goal kick. Coley just getting in behind the defense.
That final pass from FC Tulsa and that final touch hasn't been as clean as it has before, but the idea was there in behind. Coley with a good run.
Well, as the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Keeper taking his time here, as is his wont. Christian Herrera plays it towards the left-hand side for his team. Now here's Coley, brings the ball down over the top. Calera's in here, is he? No. Good header away again by Mahoney, who's been really good at the back. Chested down by Ian to Batista. Batista will go back to Peñaranda. Batista again in the purple boots, long, looking for Calera, who may have just got in behind. No, he doesn't, because Matusila's there. Stolen away, though, by Delu. Lukic. Lukic hits a shot! And it's just wide of the target. Keeper didn't get a touch. Well, we warned you that the Serbian likes to come on from the bench and score goals, and he nearly did that just then.
We'll get another look here at the replay. FC Tulsa did really well to win the ball back, and then Lukic so close on that far post. It looked like Herrera may have had it covered, but a good opportunity for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Herrera there covered the goal. Duke Lacroix heads forward. Hanya goes down. It'll be a throw into FC Tulsa. Storfer will hurriedly take this one. 4 minutes left of the 90. Plus, we think for the long stoppage, around about 8, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Here's Ian. Ian goes down under pressure from Vassell. Clumsy challenge from the Northern Irishman. Peñaranda rolls to Batista. Now Coley, is he in behind here? Keeper comes out. Good defending again, and well played by Christian Herrera. Ball is out, and it will be a throw-in to Switchbacks FC, who, don't forget, are in the postseason for the 5th year running. Last year they beat Oakland Roots by 2-0 at this stage, then beat Orange County by 2-1. They beat Las Vegas Lights 1-0 in the Western Conference final and then beat Rhode Island 3-0 in the championship final. And you can go all the way back to 2015 when they made the playoffs then as well. So they know how to do a postseason to the Switchbacks FC. FC Tulsa. First home playoff game, as we've said to you. Quarterfinals in 2017, lost by 2-1 at San Antonio. Quarterfinals in 2020. That night in El Paso finished 2-2, and then El Paso winning that one by 4 penalties to 2. 0-0. Is there drama at the end of the 90? Luke Spencer knows how to do it as a player and assistant coach. Free kick on the halfway line. Switchbacks in no hurry. A goal now. Would be pretty dramatic. Here's Echeverria heading it the wrong way. Deleu steps infield. Deleu, good ball. Lukic just not into his path, and there's the impressive Ward, who feeds it back out to the right-hand side. Vassell tries to go in behind the defence. Batista's there. Good play from Batista. Souza. Now Ian. Storfer. Finds Deleu. Deleu will have to go back to Storfer. 89th minute here at One Oak Field. 0-0. Jamie Webber, who's had a fantastic first season for FC Tulsa. Batista, Souza. Batista crosses the halfway line, looks ahead, goes out wide to Storfer. Coley. Deleu tries to head it back to Coley. Now Batista will feed Souza. Decent ball needed. Souza into the box, headed away. Tejada clears. We're hearing that it's going to be double figures in minutes for stoppage time. Batista. Souza. Seconds left of the 90. Souza again into the box, and that'll be easy for Herrera. And the fourth official says 10 minutes, and we can show you Widener Field. There's the watch party at Widener Field for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks fans who brought their chairs, and they're watching this game. In the last few minutes, is there going to be a winner here? Human tries to go for goal. You've got to be better than that to beat Peñaranda. Is there a goal in normal time? We're playing the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Or will we go to extra time? Storfer with the throw-in. Nervy times for both teams here. You don't want to be the one to make a mistake. You want to be the hero, and one goal could win this game. As Webber finds Storfer. Storfer now to Deleu. Deleu against Lacroix. Storfer. Deleu inside the area. Alex Deleu, round 2. Feeds it back. Shot from Webber, blocked. And Vassell's back there with all his experience here. And Mahoney clears. Now Tejada. Ian was in strongly with the tackle. Jamie Webber. The crowd getting behind their team. Here's Coley. Storfer's out wide on the right-hand side. Here he is. Back to the Australian. Neat ball into the box. Here's Calera inside the box, and Calera's won a corner, a Katrina Freshmax corner for Calera, who wants more from the crowd. 8 minutes to go of regular time. Good play from FC Tulsa to win the corner.
side to side. Stauffer did well. DeLu in there as well. And then Coley just tries to sneak that ball into Carrera's feet. But well defended from the Switchbacks, but earns a key corner here.
Coley with the responsibility. Into the danger area. Header away. And the referee spotted a push. And it will be a free kick, and 2 Switchbacks players are lying, having got a knock there. There's Tejada getting brought to his feet. Seven minutes left. And Christian Herrera is in no hurry to take this free kick. The crowd trying to lift their team, as I'm sure the fans are at Widener Field. And the fans who've, we say again, made the 10-hour trip down here to Tulsa. Here's Tejada. Weber and Vassell here on the ball. And Batista shoulders away, and he wants more from the crowd. Johan Peñaranda with the goal kick. Nervy times, Anna Bergel, for both teams.
Saw the reaction there from Batista, just trying to breed the energy from this crowd.
Switchbacks come forward again. Human looking for Tejada. Ian's back there. Ian gets kicked, and it will be a free kick, easy one to give. Peñaranda has to retreat a few yards. DeLu waits wide on the right. Here's Batista. Goes long, looking for Souza here, down in the corner. That one runs away, and it'll be a throw in, and again Mahoney will be in no hurry to take this. Just over 5 minutes left of the 10 to be added on. Hakeem Ward now will again take his time and leave it for his captain. Souza looking for Calera. Coley away again by Mahoney, has been really good at the back for Switchbacks FC. That ball is meant for DeLu. Out comes the goalkeeper and collects it safely. Ball punted towards the right-hand side. Batista hooks it away, looking for Calera. And there's an offside flag up. The referee's going to play on. Here's Hanya. Tejada shoots. Peñaranda gets everything behind it. Crowd held its breath, Anna Bergel.
Peñaranda did well there. Tejada had Ward on the overlap on the right side, opted for the long-range effort, but needs a bit more to beat Peñaranda from that distance. But FC Tulsa fans can exhale a little bit.
Ian finds Batista. Lukic clipping a ball into the box. Calera's there. Good collect from the goalkeeper. They have a little stare down. Calera said he got a bit of a belt in the chest. I don't think Calera can be blamed for that. I think it was just a good challenge, and the goalkeeper did well to hang on to the ball. Tulsa Tech stoppage time, of which we've got just over 3 minutes to go. Hope you're enjoying this one on ESPN Plus and here on My Footy One here in Tulsa as FC Tulsa come forward again. DeLu is out wide. Storfer goes to the left and he's rather giving it away to Ward. Ward does well. Mahoney or Tulsa. Tulsa goes long, looking for Hanya. Storfer's there, heads it away. Just shows you, Anna, that playoff football is just, we've said it a few times on the broadcast, say it again, it's just a whole different game, isn't it, than the regular season?
Right. Well, I mean, as the regular season comes to a close and teams get their seedings and you see who you're going to play, it doesn't really matter up to that point what the record was or how you've played all season. And we've seen that already unfold around the USL Championship. It matters what happens after these 90-plus minutes. And both of these teams have come into this match really locked in defensively, not giving anything up. And it's been a bit chippy, and that's kind of favored into the Switchbacks here, playing in a tough environment at One Oak Field, and FC Tulsa just hasn't really been able to find their rhythm. And now a crucial part of this game in a dangerous area is FC Tulsa trying to stay organized defensively and needing good delivery in here from Hierman.
Hierman, the crowd trying to lift the defensive play here from FC Tulsa. Everybody back in the area apart from Alex DeLu, who stands 10 yards away from the football. Peñaranda waits. Hierman's delivery to the far post. There's a header over the top from Mahoney. And we have 1 minute left. A goal now would be dramatic. We have seen lots of drama here at One Oak Field. And remember, if we can't find a goal in the next minute, it would go to 2 periods of extra time, 15 minutes each way, and possibly a penalty shootout. Ian heads away, headed back. Delence Pierre's in there. Mahoney with Calera. Akeem Ward given away to Souza. FC Tulsa have to be quick. Here's Souza in behind the defence. Decent ball needed. Souza round one, but he couldn't get the ball in. Herrera dives on the ball, and that could well be it. We've played 100 minutes of football, and Mr. Corrigan says we will go to extra time, and we will go straight to a break. We're back with extra time. It's finished here 0-0 in regular time.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies, to cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world, it takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford.
And we're proud to be part of the Tulsa community and Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 16 years, providing you with unmatched sales and ownership experience. We're grateful for the trust and support you've shown us, making our continued growth and success possible. Here's to 16 years of sales leadership and many more to come.
Join us at Bill Knight Ford and BillKnightFord.com, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. These two have not been able to find a goal, Anna Bergel, in 100 minutes. Now, it becomes another mini game within a game, doesn't it?
Right, everything up to this point doesn't matter, and really it just comes down to digging deep. At this point in the game, players are tired, legs are tired, and you just have to stay switched on mentally as well. It's easy to kind of get bogged down. This game has been stop-start, and it's really, the flow has been a bit, disjointed, but FC Tulsa and the Switchbacks coming into this extra time, start fresh. Both teams have had a chance to kind of reset, get their water, talk to their coaches, and really come out firing, because now it's all up for grabs. I mean, we've seen throughout the USL Championship, a lot can happen, especially in the playoffs. As we mentioned, that's been the theme, but I'd expect nothing less here.
And just to explain to everybody, it is 15 minutes each way. We play that entire 30 minutes. There is no golden goal. FC Tulsa are going to make some substitutions here, some sweet shots substitutions, which we'll tell you about in just a moment. Fresh legs on. If it is still a tie at the end of those 2 periods of extra time, it would go to a penalty shootout. So we're going to see the substitutions brought by Sweet Shots. Owen Darm and Harvey Sinclair are coming on. Alex DeLue has gone off for FC Tulsa. And now both teams in their huddles. And it's just, for both sets of fans, players, coaches, at this point you just don't want to lose, but obviously somebody is going to lose. But it's just one of those nervy times now, isn't it? Now, we must remember that if someone goes out and scores a goal quickly, there is still time for the other team to come back.
Yeah, and at this point, we've always talked about a lot of these teams, what they've done up to this point doesn't matter except for now, and it could be the end, it will be the end of one of these two teams' seasons. So both of these teams getting in their huddle, leaving everything out on the field. Now it just becomes all about kind of digging deep, the gritty performances, who's going to step up and kind of lead your respective team. Let's get a look at Jamie Weber. And both of these teams have playmakers that can step up in big moments and have been kept pretty quiet throughout this game. It's been tough to find space, it's been tough to break through, but FC Tulsa fans sticking with it.
Mahoney plants the ball forward. Owen Darm has replaced Travion Souza at left back at a like-for-like swap. Here's Batista. Brings in Owen Darm. Owen Darm has had a very good season. Had to be content with the last 4 games on the bench. He goes down. Hakeem Ward has brought him down. Chance for FC Tulsa. And Harvey Sinclair comes on the right. Sensible substitutions from Luke Spencer, Anna, because it's given some good life to both wings here.
Luke Spencer liked what he was seeing after this last play from Owen Dom, just trying to face up 1v1. The fresh legs on the wing, able to bring just a different dynamic, and you're right, maybe a bit more energy to the wings for FC Tulsa, who have been dynamic with their delivery, getting around the corner. That's how they've been able to find success. So bringing an extra couple of players in to try to make a difference here as Weber stands over this one.
Tejada and Ward in the 2-man Switchbacks FC wall. Jamie Weber with the gloves on. Can he produce a moment of magic or a good ball into the danger area? Goes for goal, headed in! FC Tulsa scored, it's Lukic again! Can you believe it? Weber's delivery, Lukic, the 5th time he scores off the bench! FC Tulsa broken the deadlock! FC Tulsa 1, Switchbacks FC 0!
You needed good delivery from Weber, and he absolutely delivers. And Lukic just floating in that space. You see the reaction from the Switchbacks, lost the mark, and Lukic with power just buries it in the back of the net. We'll get another look at it here. And FC Tulsa has been dangerous in these positions all season on the wing, whether in the run of play, on set pieces, and Lukic coming off the bench, making an impact yet again for FC Tulsa, gets the first goal of this game.
Isn't it incredible? You play 100 minutes without a goal, and that one takes, what, 2 minutes in extra time. And Lukic does it again. Well, we said earlier on it could take a moment of magic and one player to do it, and Lukic knows how to score from the bench. But wait a minute, don't forget, we play the full 30 minutes. Switchbacks FC aren't done yet. 1-0 to FC Tulsa. Coley bites into the challenge. You just wonder whether FC Tulsa now might go a little bit more defensive. Delence-Pierre, of course, could play as a third centre-back. Calera chases. Now it's up to Switchbacks FC. And Lukic has won a throw-in. What a great ball in from Jamie Webber, Anna. I mean, if you are a striker, that's the kind of ball that you thrive on, isn't it?
No, he couldn't have hit it any better. With pace, right in that spot in front of the goalkeeper where you really have to make a decision, but he whipped it in with just enough that Lukic's run. And defensively, the Switchbacks all night have been so sound. They've been touch tight, but switched off just for a moment, and Lukic able to float in that space.
Ball flicked on, away by Owen Darm. It's gone away for a Katrina Freshmax corner. And FC Tulsa now have some defending to do, and now all of their players will retreat into the area. There's Owen Darm, who's just come on as an extra time substitution. Quincy Herman will take the corner into the danger area. Referee said there was pushing, and FC Tulsa will be happy with that. Second half in New Mexico. New Mexico leading by a 1-0. Akali with the first half goal. And remember, the winners of this game will play the winners of El Paso versus Phoenix Rising. They played 40 minutes down in El Paso and it's still 0-0. And now it's Peñaranda taking his time. Switchbacks FC would dearly love to get back quickly on level terms. FC Tulsa, of course, would dearly love a quick second. Here's Webber to Calera. Back from Lacroix. Goalkeeper clears. Lacroix. That's going to go all the way through to Johan Peñaranda, who's going to certainly make Kierman come and make him pick that one up. Anna, the mindset now of FC Tulsa, does it change now having got that goal?
You know, I think naturally it has to, just a little bit. You don't want to create a situation where you leave yourself a bit exposed in the back. You want to, maybe in a normal game where you're still 0-0, you make that extra run going forward, or you send that extra man, but now maybe you don't. And I think it's just dependent, you know, on the play, obviously. But Luke Spencer throughout the season has been very mindful. He obviously brought on a few substitutions. Looking at one of them here, Owen Dom, with some fresh legs that can maybe recover a bit quicker.
Here's the goal scorer, Lukic. What's a second? He doesn't mind where he shoots from. That was on the corner of the box. Goalkeeper will say he had it covered, but Lukic just had a little pocket of space.
Lukic playing with confidence, combined well with Coley there. He gets all of it. Hard to see if there was a touch.
FC Tulsa 1, Switchbacks FC 0. Peñaranda with the ball. Delence-Pierre is sitting a little bit deeper, you'd say, in front of the back four, with Coley and Webber in front of him. And then Harvey Sinclair is really playing as a right-sided midfield player, but helping Stauffer out almost in a back five defensively. Long ball forward. Tejada was in an offside position. If my eyes don't deceive, James Chambers is getting a substitute ready. the atmosphere when the goal went in. I mean, they've had to wait 100 minutes, but it was something to behold. Taylor Carreras won it back. Here's Jamie Webber. Webber gets pushed over by Hanya. He doesn't like the call, but it is a free kick. And FC Tulsa can sense something here. Let's have a look at the replay.
Webber with a bit of space here and just a strong challenge. You see just the lowering of the shoulder there. Referee deems it a foul, and Hanya really a spitting image of how the goal was scored just on the other side. And FC Tulsa looking for excellent delivery again from Webber.
Ian and Batista up from the back. Vassell's come back to defend. Delancey waits far post. Jamie Webber with the responsibility. Towards goal, flying save from the goalkeeper. Here's Owen Darm. That'll be a throw-in to FC Tulsa. Lucas Storfer now taking his time to go towards the ball. 8 minutes of the first half of extra time gone. We can see there Fjellberg is ready to come on. And Levante Johnson, both of those players performed well here 7 days ago. Akeem Ward has left the field. Maybe time for three at the back. Here's Storfer's throw to Coley. Back to Storfer, and that's just eluded Storfer. Fjellberg has gone wide on the right-hand side. Johnson has gone on the left. Certainly two attacking substitutions. FC Tulsa won it back. Here's Coley. Good play from Lacroix. He's had a good game at left back for the Switchbacks FC. Here's Batista. He'll go all the way back here to Johan Peñaranda. He thumps it forward towards that right-hand side. Kept in by Harvey Sinclair. Owen Darm chests the ball down. Up to Lukic. Good play from Webber. Runs into a little bit of trouble. Vassell's there to pick it up for the Switchbacks, out to Fjellberg. Fjellberg has not been able to keep that one in. Well, we've played 10 minutes of the first half of extra time. 15 minutes each way. FC Tulsa, with Stefan Lukic's goal, have the advantage. Still New Mexico leading San Antonio by a 0-0, and El Paso Phoenix Rising coming up to half-time 0-0. Here's Calera. Just didn't know where the ball was. Fjellberg. That's a good ball to Human. Human now steps in field. Vassell misses it, and it's away by Harvey Sinclair. Calera battling with both centre-backs. It is almost now a three at the back for Switchbacks, Anna.
Well, you'd expect that, needing to take more risks at this point, obviously. Now chasing the game, and FC Tulsa making a few adjustments defensively. You mentioned the five-back.
And they'll be happy with the ball going out like that. This game far from over. As I said, we've seen plenty of dramatic moments here at One Oak Field. Lukic will go down in FC Tulsa history, of course, being the first player to score here at One Oak Field in a home playoff game. Coley, Calera almost found Lukic. Fjellberg with the advantage. Wearing 7 across goal. That's a wonderful clearance from Ian. Fjellberg with Darm. Darm sticks a foot out. Katrina Fresh makes corner. Wonderful clearance from FC Tulsa's defenders, Anna.
Good clearance, and Fjellberg has made a difference since coming on the field for the Switchbacks. Did really well there, 1v1, just trying to get something in the box for the Switchbacks to finish, but earns a corner kick opportunity in the process.
Kierman again from the right-hand side. Crowd lifts their team defensively again. Sliced away up onto the grassy banks by Ian. Referee has another chat with defenders. Jonas Fjellberg joined in May 2023. He's represented his country, Norway, at under 16, 17, 18 and 19 level. There's a shot of the referee, Mr. Corrigan. Here's the ball into the box, headed away by Ian. Back into the area, headed by Darm. Human. Headed away by Weber. Fjellberg it was, playing it back to his goalkeeper, who drives it down the middle of the field, straight onto the head of Batista. Now, Lukic. Weber waits far side if he can find him. He's in a lot of spaces, Jamie Weber. Out comes the goalkeeper. It was the right idea. Weber was in a lot of space, and quickly they punt the ball down the field again. Vassell with Ian. Vassell's got away from Ian. Good run from him, and he's been brought down just outside the area. 45 seconds left of the first period of extra time, and Ian commits the foul. Good run from Vassell. Anna?
Yeah, Vassell brings that level of experience. Started the game for the Switchbacks after coming off the bench the previous week, but trying to draw from that and help lift the Switchbacks to an equalizer here, and Ian has to be mindful there. You don't want to give away free kicks in and around the penalty area at this point in the game. This is about how FC Tulsa scored, and Switchbacks with an opportunity of their own.
Tejada with the responsibility. Packed 6-yard box. Go short. Shoot. And shoot was the call. And they wanted, Human said he wanted a corner. The referee said it was no touch and it's going to be a goal kick, and that pretty much is it for the first period of extra time. Human with the shot wide. Well, thanks for staying with us here on ESPN Plus and here in Tulsa on My 41. We're going to play 1 minute added on at the end of this first period of extra time. FC Tulsa leading by a goal to 0. Mr. Corrigan is just going to tell Peñaranda to hurry up. Of course, this is normally the time when goalkeepers receive yellow cards, but that was just a little warning. Mr. Corrigan indicating he allowed that time on. Peñaranda then with the goal kick at the end of this first period of extra time. Lukic battling away. Calera brings the ball down. Creek was in there. Coley. Calera. Good tackle from Matusala. Fjellberg has won the throw-in. Seconds left. And Mr. Corrigan says that will do it for the first period of extra time. And if you're Luke Spencer and his players, you've done exactly what you needed to do, Anna Bergel, with the first period of extra time. You've done exactly what you wanted to do.
Right, wanted to come out on the front foot, break the deadlock early, and Lukic throughout the season has been one that Luke Spencer can turn to when they're looking for a goal or that level of energy off the bench. And we'll get a look here at how that transpired early on in this extra time period. And Weber with unbelievable service, with pace, and Lukic makes a great run in the box, just able to float in between defenders, and the Switchbacks lose him just for a moment. And FC Tulsa just completely ignites One Oak Field but a lot of soccer left to be played. 15 minutes, a lot can happen. And FC Tulsa needing to stay disciplined defensively because the Switchbacks will come out quickly. No golden goal, and they'll have an opportunity to respond here in this second half of extra time.
Going to see Maraka coming on for Switchbacks FC, who are already back on the field. 15 minutes to play as you take a look at the night sky here in downtown Tulsa. Anna, we've had a game within a game. We've now got a game within a game within a game, haven't we now?
Right, FC Tulsa. Now you see Luke Spencer in the middle of that huddle, just trying to get his team refocused. Don't want to give anything up at this point. They've adjusted a few things tactically. You saw them shift to a 5-back, bring on substitutes in those wing positions. Owen Dom St. Clair bringing a bit of energy now, especially at this point in the game. Tired legs as you get a look at the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC fans who have made the long trek, 10 hours, left this morning, 5 a.m., sticking with their team because they know anything can happen, and it's not over yet as the players retake the field here as the second half of extra time is just about underway.
And, you know, obvious thing to say, it is not over yet. It's 15 minutes. This is a big 15 minutes in both these clubs' seasons. The Switchbacks, to say again, they have been here, they've done it. So they can find a way here. FC Tulsa have to keep the back door shut.
They do, and you don't want to make a mistake. You have to stay, we've said it all game, but it's so important. With tired legs can sometimes come a slow mind, and you have to be able to stay locked in those moments, complete your passes, get your first touch right, because the Switchbacks will pounce on anything because they'll have that sense of urgency going forward. They will absolutely push here because at this point, their season on the line.
Batista then. FC Tulsa would dearly love a second. Switchbacks FC just want to get back on level terms. There was a discussion, if my eyes don't deceive, between Luke Spencer, who's now acting as ball boy. Lascelles saying you've got to get on with it a little bit quicker. And maybe a conversation with Delancey-Pierre about sitting a little bit deeper, almost as a third centre back. But Delancey-Pierre at the moment is with Tejada in the centre of the field. Free kick, FC Tulsa, who will want to slow this down. Well, if you missed it earlier, Lou City went down by a goal to nil to the 8th place team Detroit. North Carolina have beaten Loudoun by a goal to nil. Switchbacks coming forward, belting it towards the right hand side. Tejada's there, he's quick, but so's Storfer. Tejada's got the ball. Twisting and turning. The number 27 breaks nicely here for Levante Johnson into the area. Diving header from Ian. And here's Jamie Webber. And Webber's done really well here. And he's going to put Calera away down the right-hand side. Calera in a sprint. Can he get a corner? He wants the corner, but the referee says it's a goal kick.
Well defended 1v1 from the Switchbacks. Webber in tight spaces, trying to release Carrera. But now on the other end, Switchbacks trying to get something going.
Tejada. Harvey Sinclair in with a challenge. Belts it away. He's chatting to Harvey Sinclair in the week and met his brother who's over from England. Such is the playoff stakes. Brother here watching. Fjellberg heads in field. Tejada's there with Delancey-Pierre, those two teammates last year. Webber goes for an outrageous second goal. Ian with a good challenge over for Sell. Duke Lacroix will let that one go out. Experienced defender. Tulsa, another international. Echeverria, who's not had too many touches of the football in this game. Mahoney. Ball forward to that right-hand side for Fjellberg. Human. Fjellberg. Good possession from Switchbacks FC here. Tejada with Batista. Throw into Switchbacks FC. Batista's had another good game. Throw in again. Tulsa. Lacroix. Maraca. Into the danger area, it's flicked away. Fjellberg on the far post, into the area. Chance for Vassell, blocked by Coley. Vassell again, and Coley will clear the danger. Well, the Australian's the hero because he threw himself at that. Vassell has scored many goals from that area. And we'll have a replay in just a moment because the goalkeeper's going to belt it forward here. Into the area. Owen Darm gets the header. Lukic and Mahoney clash. Well, Coley did really well there, Anna.
He did. I mean, had to be. That ball popped out right to Vassell in that moment on a platter. And FC Tulsa trying to just throw anything in front of it. Initially, a really dangerous ball in. Peñaranda not able to get anything on it. And Coley, let's get a look at him there with a crucial block late in this game. But another chance here off of a set piece for the Switchbacks.
Human again with that trusty left foot into the danger area, headed away by Ian. Intelligent header from Lukic. Now Weber. Forward. Looking for Harvey Sinclair. Harvey Sinclair shoulder to shoulder. Can't believe it's been given as a free kick. He'll have to quickly retreat. FC Tulsa now trying to string 5 across the back. Forward come the Switchbacks again. Played 110 minutes. Headed away. Fjellberg again with the throw-in. Human's ball into the box is a good one. Headed again away by Ian. Duke Lacroix onto his left foot. Away by Storff. Relief from the home crowd. Anna Bergel, FC Tulsa hanging on here.
Absorbing some of this pressure from the Switchbacks, but they just continue to keep coming. Important for FC Tulsa when they have the ball, try.
Good ball into the box and a really good tackle from Batista. Katrina Freshmack's corner, as we tell you that New Mexico, courtesy of Valentin Noel, have got a second. New Mexico 2, San Antonio 0. 18 minutes to go in that one. FC Tulsa or Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC will play the winners of El Paso and Phoenix Rising, who've gone in at halftime 0-0. Here's the corner, into the box, headed down, chance for Maraca and Johnson there. Away it goes from FC Tulsa. Crowd on the edges of their seats or even stood up. Peñaranda comes out and catches. Relief all round at One Oak Field. But there's still 8 minutes to go.
The Switchbacks are just continuing to prod at this FC Tulsa back line. But they are bending but not breaking. And Peñaranda, with a brave save there, tries to just slow things down. FC Tulsa can exhale a bit after absorbing a ton of pressure from the Switchbacks.
Now, here's FC Tulsa on the attack again. Harvey Sinclair's made a good run. Delancey-Pierre, Weber. Ball is loose inside the area. Cleared away down the left-hand side. And that will be FC Tulsa's throw-in. Coley says to the crowd, I want more, and they immediately respond. 7,583 packed into One Oak Field. Highest attendance for FC Tulsa in their historic home playoff game. Calera trying to break free of the shackles of the defenders. Plays it to Lukic. Lukic wants a second, hits the defender. Fjellberg will come away with the ball. And Fjellberg gets hauled down. Lacourse law yellow card for Taylor Carrera. Hauled down like a rugby tackle.
Thoughtful foul from Carrera. Stopping a promising attack, understands the situation. Doesn't want to allow the switchbacks to advance with pace. Knew exactly what he was doing there.
I take that back. That will be a foul tackle in a game of rugby. You're not allowed to tackle that high. Calera won't care. He gets a yellow card. Lacourse law yellow card. Forward come the switchbacks again. Belted into the area. Referee spotted a push. Vassell is unhappy. Ian will take some time here. 5.5 minutes left in this one. FC Tulsa leading by a goal to nil. Stefan Lukic with his 6th goal of the season, the 5th time he's scored coming off the bench. Game still not over. The playoffs can produce plenty of drama. Say again, Anna, we've not heard an atmosphere like this at One Oak Field for FC Tulsa.
And it's impactful. Luke Spencer has said all season that in those tight games, the crowd matters, the energy matters, and can help lift FC Tulsa to those points. And they've absolutely been a part of this season and wanted to give them something to be proud of. And minutes away, needing to manage this game, see it through, and FC Tulsa fans trying to will them to a victory here at home.
Ball goes all the way through to Christian Herrera. He's got to get on with it. Belts it forward quickly. Fjellberg brings it down. Raka. Again looking here for Levante Johnson. Vassell, Tejada goes down in the area. Said he was pushed off the ball. Maraka into the area. Owen Darms there. Batista anywhere will do now for FC Tulsa. But there's still 4 minutes to go. You've got to be careful, Anna, that you're not just belting the ball away. Easy for me to say from up here. But, you know, you've got to keep playing the game for another 4 minutes.
And don't want to put yourselves in a position where the ball is coming right back down at you. Try to find those corners. Try to really release that ball out of your defensive half. Now the switchbacks with an opportunity off of the throw-in, as it looks like Calera steps off the field. Amin steps on, and the switchbacks restarting here.
Yeah, Calera has gone off the top goal scorer. And that one is out. Relief all round at One Oak Field, but there's still 3 minutes to go. Mahoney will want that one back. Levante Johnson acts as ball boy. Mr. Corrigan right there with Johan Peñaranda, saying you've got to keep going. Switchbacks throwing everything at FC Tulsa now, as they have to. Johan Peñaranda with the goal kick. Delancey-Pierre heads it on. Fjellberg sees it out, throws it back to his goalkeeper. 2.5 minutes left. Matusa forward. Batista, who else? Heads it away. But more pressure being applied. Now they want a football. Referee has got the watch stopped, he's saying, because they can't find a ball at the moment. Ball launched into the area, away by Owen Dunn. Now Trevor Amen has got Jamie Webber in acres of space, but he can't find him. Too close to the goalkeeper. 1.5 minutes. Storfer heads away. Maraka wins it back for Lacroix here. Lacroix into the box. Headed away by Ian, who's been a tower of strength at the back. Lukic heads on, only as far as Human. Human tries to bring in Maraka, who's going to keep this ball in. Up against Harvey Sinclair. Levante Johnson goes down, and the referee says it is a foul. Well, have we got drama at the last here? This could well be it for Switchbacks FC. And if this goes in, we could well be looking at a penalty shootout. The referee, to be fair, has been consistent all night with giving those fouls, Anna.
He has been consistent. We'll get another look here at the replay, but Webber, you have to be mindful of where you are on the field in these moments. You've seen them go either way. That's tough late in this game. Nonetheless, foul given. FC Tulsa. Herrera up all the way from the goalkeeping position, throwing everything at it.
Well, this is it. Maraka into the box, headed onto the bar and headed over by Ian. How close can the Switchbacks FC get? My goodness me. Talk about playoff drama. And now the referee says it'll be a corner. Hard. No time for the replay. Maraka from the corner into the danger area. Last chance surely. Herrera's there. And FC Tulsa clear the ball. And Batista has gone down. No foul, says the referee. Back into the area. Header just over. My goodness me. Mahoney was inches away with the header. Let's have a look at how that drama unfolded.
Unbelievable play, dangerous ball in from the Switchbacks, and Peñaranda with what could be the most important save of the season so far for FC Tulsa. Punches that one up, hits a bit of the bar. And then Ian with the ultimate clearance, and FC Tulsa just continuing to find a way. Clears this one away, and we're so close. We'll get another look at that second opportunity again for the Switchbacks. They just continued to apply pressure, bringing up Herrera. But ultimately, FC Tulsa able to absorb that pressure, and Peñaranda will clear this away.
We're playing a minute of stoppage time. Still we go on. Referee says it'll be a free kick. We're not done yet, folks. Hold on to your seats. Herrera doesn't want to take the free kick, the goalkeeper. He says, I need to be up there with my 6'7" frame. Maraka's responsibility. Line pushed up a few yards outside of the area. This really is it now. USL Championship playoff game at its best. Referee adds to the drama and tells Ian to stop pushing. The crowd are on their feet. Here's the ball into the box. There's a header away. Batista gets pulled back. The referee brings proceedings to an end. FC Tulsa are into the semi-final of the USL Championship playoff schedule. Anna Berger, they make history. The fireworks are going off. It's been a real battle but FC Tulsa will be back here at One Oak Field next Saturday. They'll play the winners of El Paso or Phoenix Rising, who are still playing. Anna Burgos, sum up your feelings right now.
Get a look at the fans and just the energy around this stadium. Lukic ultimately scores the game-winning goal here for FC Tulsa, making an impact off of the bench, but a complete effort from this FC Tulsa team. The brave defending at the end. Peñaranda coming up in big-time moments for this FC Tulsa team. He's made the routine saves. Started with FC Tulsa last season on a short-term contract and just kept proving himself and earned a long-term spot on this team. And an unbelievable save at the end to keep the scoreline the way it is.
Well, there are moments in games, and Peñaranda made a terrific save. A.B. Sissoko there hugs him. Tejada worked hard for Switchbacks FC. You feel a little bit sorry for them, but FC Tulsa will take the plaudits tonight. It was an extra time goal from that man Lukic, who loves scoring off the bench. The crowd stayed with it. And Anna Bergel, I don't think anybody in One Oak Field would care who they play next week. They're into the semi-final here at One Oak Field in 7 days' time.
Playoffs, all about momentum, all about getting hot at the right time. It's tough to play the same team twice in such a short span. FC Tulsa with the 3-0 win turns right back around, and the Switchbacks, to their credit, came in, adjusted a few things, really looked organized, and it was a very even game throughout the entirety of this match. Really fun to watch. Neither team giving up an inch, but FC Tulsa ultimately able to break through. Great delivery from Weber, finish from Lukic, and a pretty dramatic save from Peñaranda in frame.
Matusala and Peñaranda shake hands. The crowd, it's been a late night for them, but they won't care. They've seen a historic night here at One Oak Field. It's been a long time coming. Jamie Weber worked really hard. Let's show you the highlights of this game.
It's really been fun to watch, and the defense from the Switchbacks, Ward had really an unbelievable game throughout the entire evening. Some crucial interceptions. The physicality between these two teams as well, just the emotion. You knew you would see it coming into this game, and Chambers, head coach of the Switchbacks, came in with the game plan different from the week before and made it really hard for FC Tulsa to break through. Lukic, after coming on as a substitute, had a few opportunities. This was one of the big ones. Herrera had it covered, but this was the game changer. Weber, great delivery into the box. Lukic able to slip in behind into that space with a dominant header. The game-winning goal for FC Tulsa, and this was the difference maker here at One Oak Field. Just an electric atmosphere to give FC Tulsa the lift and win over the Switchbacks.
Absolutely amazing night again. FC Tulsa really had to work hard. They weren't at their free-flowing best, but let's give a bit of credit here to Switchbacks FC. They were beaten 3-0 last week on the same field by the same team, but they came in and they nearly did it, didn't they? I mean, it was just a piece of brilliance that wins a game of football, but credit to them and James Chambers. They knew what they were doing tactically tonight.
They had a really good game plan coming in. They were really tight defensively, but this FC Tulsa team throughout the season has always found a way to get points, to get tough wins, and that's what makes these teams elite. And a first win in the playoffs here to start things off, and I think we'll have a quick chat with Luke Spencer.
Yeah, let's bring in the victorious coach here, Luke Spencer. Luke, joining us live on the program. Luke, thanks for joining us. Anna said the words there. You found a way to win the game of football tonight, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what the playoffs are about. We knew the game wouldn't be exactly like it was last week. We expected some adjustments, and they were compact defensively. They slowed the game down a lot. There were a lot of fouls, so it was hard to get into a rhythm tonight. So proud of the guys for overcoming that and finding a way to win the game.
Luke, you've mentioned throughout the season it's a complete team effort. Obviously, you have the starting 11, but players coming off the bench so impactful. Talk about what Lukic has meant to you and this team throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on down the list of our players. Lukic has been amazing, filling in that role, coming in off the bench and just adding value when we need it most. He scored a lot of goals for us, but tonight it was his defensive effort. He won a ton of aerial duels for us and relieved pressure in that way. But not just him. Owen came on, was aggressive, and made the play for us to get the free kick that led to the goal. So, we had players impact from the bench, and we speak about that. So it was good to see that tonight.
Collective effort from the team, but Coach, record crowd here at One Oak Field. What was that experience like, and how did that help lift this team to a victory?
Yeah, the crowd was amazing tonight. Before the game, we had to take a look around and just appreciate it because, the atmosphere was unbelievable, and it drove us all the way through.
Luke, they want you in that huddle. I'm just going to ask you, does it matter who you have out of El Paso and Phoenix Rising currently, by the way, 0-0 next week?
No. We're going to follow our process like we have all season long. Who we end up playing is who we end up playing, and we're going to prepare like we do, and then look to execute on game day.
Luke, go make a 50-yard sprint today. They want you there in the middle of the field. Congratulations, my friend.
All right, thank you.
That's Luke Spencer there. They wanted him in the middle of the field there, joining the huddle, Anna, because he's been at the helm, brilliantly supported by Caleb Saul and the assistants. He's going to join the huddle. So he joins the huddle. You can just see him going in there. Let's have a look at the stats to see if that told any story here, Anna. What do you pick out there?
This game really has been pretty even. We mentioned the adjustments that the Switchbacks made from the prior week after losing 3-0, and they came in solid defensively. Shots 15. They actually edged out FC Tulsa with shots on target, but from a possession perspective, FC Tulsa is productive on the free kick. Weber and Lukic able to execute there in the key moments. And what you don't see on here is saves, but there were some big ones in this game that really made an impact. Peñaranda late in this match to keep the score the way it was, and FC Tulsa able to edge this out.
Well, now we take a look at the upcoming schedule for FC Tulsa, and I think we've already told you it's the Western Conference semi-finals. Anna Berger, will you be here in 7 days' time?
Wouldn't miss it. I mean, this has been an electric season. FC Tulsa's put on a great performance. Fans still celebrating here around One Oak Field, but I'd imagine it will be an exciting match again. No matter, as you heard Luke Spencer say, doesn't matter who they're playing. Game plan stays the same, and they'll continue to stick to their process.
Just to say again, El Paso or Phoenix Rising, who currently drawing 0-0. Keep your eyes on that one. There's the bracket. FC Tulsa safely through. Detroit are through. Pittsburgh overcame Hartford on penalties. North Carolina won by a goal to 0. New Mexico currently 2-0 up. And still to come, Sacramento and Orange County. Charleston and Rhode Island. So still lots to play for. We're going to crown the Waldo's Chicken and Beer man of the match in just a few moments. The FC Tulsa players and some of their families are on the field. And we're telling you that the Waldo's Chicken and Beer man of the match, and I'm not surprised at this, is Ian. I mean, the number 98 at the back tonight was incredible, wasn't he?
He really was, and Dave, I'm going to steal one of your phrases. Uncomplicated in a sense that he was very consistent. He had really important aerial battles that he won. He let his body kind of be smart in those situations, let the ball roll out. I mean, there were so many small, minute details that he did collectively throughout the game that defensively helped FC Tulsa keep a clean sheet here. Well deserved.
Anna Burgle, thank you so much for your professionalism tonight. FC Tulsa have found a way to win. They'll be back here in 7 days' time. It'll be El Paso or Phoenix Rising in the semi-finals. Thanks to Blake and all the team who provided all of the sights and the sounds. FC Tulsa have done it. They've won it by 1-0. Stefan Lukic with a goal in the first period of extra time. We'll see you all next week. Good night. Take care, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.